I want everybody to take a minute and remember that this happened.
And I will tell you, it's 3 agencies of government when I get there that are gone. Commerce, education, and the, what's the third one there? Let's see.
You need 5.
Oh, 5, okay. So commerce, education, and the
EPA?
EPA, there you go. No, okay.
Let's talk deposition.
Seriously? Is EPA the one you were talking about? Or?
No, sir. No, sir. We were talking about the agencies of government. EPA needs to be rebuilt. There's no doubt about that.
But you can't name the third one?
The third agency of government,
Yeah.
I would do away with the education, the commerce, and let's see. I can't. The third one I can't. Sorry. Oops.
Now that was Rick Perry attempting to name the 3 departments within the federal government that he would get rid of completely if he were ever elected president. The oops came about because he couldn't remember the name of the Department of Energy. And now, Donald Trump, in true fashion, just like he's done with every other appointment he's made, is considering putting Rick Perry in charge of the Department of Energy, a department that not only does he want to cut, but he hates it so much that he can't even bother to remember its name. Oops. I mean, look, the Department of Energy created one of the greatest campaign gaffes of the last 15 years. And now Rick Oops Perry is going to be running the Department of Energy. And I have actually seen a couple liberals say that, well, it kind of makes sense because Texas is a big energy producer and he was governor of Texas, so he knows about the... No. Rick Perry doesn't know about anything, okay? Let's get that straight right off the bat. Rick Perry did not go in and help the energy industry in Texas. He didn't go in there and really regulate and fine-tune the thing. He just let it run. That's not intelligence. That's apathy. There is a big difference between the two. Not to mention the fact that the Department of Energy is also in charge of nuclear research in the United States. Do you really think Rick Perry needs to be in charge of anything close to nuclear power? This is exactly what we could have expected from Donald Trump, though. If you hate a government agency, if you think a government agency is stupid or worthless or out of date, then you get to run it. This is the most backwards campaign cabinet picking situation that I've probably ever seen, and I think a lot of people agree with me on there. In fact, polls show that the majority of American citizens disagree with how Trump is handling his cabinet picks. A USA Today poll last week shows that the majority are unhappy with what Donald Trump is doing. But Trump obviously is immune to polls. He's immune to public criticism, unless he's on Twitter, in which case he'll personally attack you for everything you've ever done in your life. But now we can welcome Rick Oops Perry into the Department of Energy. And if you're an employee at the Department of Energy, my sincerest apologies to you, because this man is either going to forget that he's supposed to pay you, or he's just going to go ahead and cut your job as he gets about destroying the entire Department of Energy.